Hi guys, welcome back to UKFlyFisher. Today I have another fly tying demonstration for you. I'm going to be tying Chris Flay's hot wing hopper. It's a variation of a crane fly that he came up with recently. It's going to fish fantastically from August to October, but there's no reason it won't catch fish all year round. So without any further delay, let's have a look at how we tie this fly. So the hook we've got on Vice is a size 14 blob hook, and we've got a rainbow bead there in 3.3mm brass. Now you may think it's strange tying on a blob hook, we're tying a daddy after all, but this is a fly I'll walk around and stalk with. It's a great fly, but because the brass bead is light, we can also fish this at a distance and twitch it back and you'll still get great results. Now, for the tying silk of this, we're going to be using a 140 in olive. We're just going to come in and put a whole layer of tying silk all the way down the length of the body and back up to behind the bead. Come in and get rid of that waste piece. For the rib of the fly, I'm going to be using an ultra wire in amber. Now you can use copper wire, but I just like how bright and shiny this amber one is. And I feel it creates a segmented body slightly better. Then I'm just going to come in, push this up into the brass bead and tie it the full length of the body. The reason for going the full length of the body is it's going to keep a nice taper to it. Then I'm going to use some pheasant tail, about 4 or 5 fibres. I'm going to go for 4, pull them away. And then instead of tying them in by the very tips, I'm going to take about 1/2 centimetre away and then tie this in the full length of the body again just to keep that taper. Like so. All that's left to do then is to bring this up, the full length of the body, in touch and turns, till I get to the thorax area, round about here, and then I'm going to come across and capture that in place. Come in with your scissors behind the bead and cut away all that unnecessary material. Then I'm just going to go in a counter ribbing motion with my rib, and I should get 2 or 3 turns up the pheasant tail material before having to trap it in place and then bending and breaking away any extra bits. For the legs of this fly, I'm going to be using 6 double knotted pheasant tail fibres. Usually I do my own. These have come in from Andrew Humphreys at Blob and Buzzer. Great materials. If you ever need anything, give him a shout on either Facebook or eBay. And I'm going to take 6 of these, roll them in my fingers to mix them up a bit. You want them spaced out slightly. And then when you're happy with how they're sitting, happy with all but that one, so I'm going to take it out and put it underneath. That should sort that one out. Yep. And then when you're happy with how they're sitting, place them on top. You want them to be 2 times the length of the hook, tied in just behind the bead. Make sure you catch them in correctly. And then if there's one that's you're not happy with, now's the time to fix it. And then when you're happy with how they're sitting, pull the waist piece back, 2 turns in front and then 1 turn back on top. That will secure everything neatly. Come in and cut away all the waste bits. Now what Chris has done here is he's added Krystal flash as a wing. And I love a bit of flash in my flies, so I'm very happy he's done that. You'll see on most of my flies I'll add flash in some way or another. I'm just going to take 4 fibres of it and then I'm going to tie them in just behind the bead and on top of them legs. Have a little play around with where they're sitting. Then when you're happy, you want these to be finishing halfway along the legs. So you, between bending the hook and the point of the legs, halfway, cut away the rest of it. Now at this point, I'm going to start wanting to build up the thorax a little bit with a tiny bit of dubbing. We're going to be using a Glister sparkle dubbing in brown. But you don't want too much in the first bit. This is just to build a little lump that will make your wings stand out from the other parts of the bottom of your fly So that's more than enough. So I'm just going to take away the waste there. Take a turn in front again. Now for the wings, he's very cleverly used Goose Biots. And we're going to be looking at the end towards the stem. Now you usually wouldn't use these materials. They're quite thick and they're not good for buzzer cheeks. But what they are perfect for is the wing of this fly. So you just want to get 2 evenly sized ones, take them from next to each other, and they'll be about the same size on each side. Offer them up to the fly, see how they're sitting. You want them just going past, slightly past the bend in the hook. On top, 1, 2, 3, see how they're sitting. Yeah, that's looking fantastic. A little bit more down your side. Yep, I'm very happy with that. Pull the waist pieces back, take 2 tight turns in front, another tight turn on top, and then you can just bend and break away the waist pieces like so. Now to finish that fly off again, we're going to come back to the Glister Sparkle Dubbing in brown and just build up that thorax area. Try and get it a bit more scruffy. Doesn't have to be perfect. You want this to look really buggy as it's dropping through the layers. Grab the trout's attention with them bright orange wings, and then it's not going to look too unnatural or too scary that they're going to refuse to have a go. So that's looking good. Just going to check how everything's sitting. My wing here could come around a bit, so I'm just going to use my thumb. There we are. Take away the waste pieces, and then all that's left to do, whip finish behind that bead. 1, 2, 3. And then to make sure this is nice and snug in that bead, always push up on the hook and pull down on your tying silk, and that will bed it in right behind that bead. Come in, snip away your excess. Now to pull out a couple of them fibres and rough it up a bit, we're just going to come in with a little bit of Velcro. That's going to pull out some of them Glister Sparkle Dubbing fibres and just make it look a bit more natural. Now it feels weird saying that something that looks like this looks natural, but by that we just mean it looks buggy, it doesn't look out of place. Yes, it's got the rainbow bead and the hot orange wings, but you'll find stuff like that in natural insects. They'll have a bright butt or they'll have a nice coloured thorax, and this has got everything that you want for fishing. It's got bright hot spots, it's got really natural and really buggy looking body, and it's just a great all-round fly, and Chris is onto a winner here. As always, thanks for watching. If you like our video, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next episode.